Hi students, let's learn how to solve a simultaneous equation. So for this question is from workbook page 49, question Q. So actually for these questions, right, for this simultaneous equation, you can always use either elimination method or substitution method to solve it. So for this particular example, let me use elimination method to show you as an example. Okay, so for this case, you notice that in order for us to use elimination method, the coefficient of x or y, they must either be the same in order for it to be eliminated. So in this case, since you notice that the numbers, which is the coefficient beside x and y, are not the same, so you need to multiply with a number to make it the same. So for this case, let's multiply equation 1 with 5. So the entire equation will be multiplied by 5. So I get 10x minus 45y equals to 15. So every single term is multiplied by 5. So I will tell you why we do this afterwards. Next, for equation 2, I will multiply by 2. So in this case, I will get 10x minus 20y equals to 8. So I rename these two equations as equation 3 and equation 4 because they are different from the first two equations. So I give them a new number. Okay, so next, after we have these two equations now, you notice that the reason why I multiply equation 1 by 5 and equation 2 by 2, because I want to make the coefficient of x the same. So when I can make the coefficient of x the same, I can eliminate the x terms away by subtracting the two equations. So I take equation 3 minus equation 4. So when you subtract, you need to subtract in the same order. So 10x minus 10x is 0. So minus 45y. Okay, minus 45y minus 20y is equals to 15 minus 8. So since it's minus 45y minus a negative number, in this case, you need to treat it as positive. So minus 45y plus 20y equals to 7. So in this case, minus 25y is equals to 7. So y equals to 7 over negative 25. So you get a fraction as the answer. And this is normal. So next, once you have found the value of y, okay, so let me write down the notes here. So we have found the value of y. So once we have found the value of y, then we need to move on to find the value of x. So how do we find it? So the next step, we need to substitute the equations. So we substitute y equals to negative 7 over 25 into any equations. Because any equations will always give you the same value of x. So in this case, I can choose to substitute into equation 1. So in equation 1, it is 2x minus 9y equals to 3. So for the y, I'll replace it with a bracket. So this is to remind me that I need to substitute the value of y into this equation 1. So in this case, since y equals to negative 7 over 25, I will put it inside the bracket and find the value of x. So in this case, 2x, so it's minus 9 times minus 7 over 25. So it'll give you plus 63 over 25 equals to 3. So to solve for the value of x, you need to rearrange the equations. So once you rearrange the term in the equation, so you should get 2x equals to 3 minus 63 over 25. So 2x should be equals to 3 minus 63 over 25. This will give you 12 over 25. Since we want to find x, I need to divide the equations by 2. So you get 6 over 25. So in this case, the value of x and y will be, let's write down somewhere, x equals to 6 over 25, while y equals to negative 7 over 25. And this will be your solutions of the answer. So these are your solutions to your simultaneous equation. So in the final step here, we are trying to substitute the value of y into any of the equations, just that I'm using equation 1 as an example. Any equations. For what? To find the value of x. Okay, so let's recap. So there are generally 3 steps. First step, you need to check whether the coefficient of x and y are they the same. So once they are the same, then you'll be able to use the elimination method to either subtract or add them out together. So in this case, since it's 10x and 10x, you need to subtract. So you need to subtract. So 10x minus 10x is 0. Negative 45y minus negative 20y will give you this 2 negative sign side by side. So you need to change it to plus because you are multiplying it together. And there's an invisible one here, like I always mentioned. So you need to always subtract in the same model. So since you're taking equation 3 to minus equation 4, so you always be top to bottom. So 10x minus 10x, negative 45y minus negative 20y, so top to bottom. And the numbers on the right side of the equation also the same, the top minus the bottom, which is 15 minus 8. So once you got it, you will need to find the value of y by rearranging the terms in the equation or simplifying them. So this will give you the value of y here. And once you got the value of y, then you'll be able to substitute this value of y into any of the equations. So in this case, I'm just using equation 1 as an example. So equation 1 is 2x minus 9y equals to 3. So in this case, 2x minus 9y equals to 3. So for the y, I replace it with a bracket. And I put in the value of y, which is negative 7 over 25. So after that, I need to multiply them out to simplify the equations and rearrange the term in the equation. So once you got that, you need to find the value of x. So in this case, I simplify the numbers on the right side of the equation, and eventually I find the value of x. So these will be the two numbers x and y for this simultaneous equation. Thank you.